morning. It's absolutely beautifully sunny and slightly, obviously chilly morning. We had the same sort of morning last week, but it's dry. Yesterday we had lots of rainfall, so the soil is nice and moist. It's sunny. I just had a little turn around the allotment. There's still masses of harvesting to be done. And well, the project we are trying to complete today is something we started on Sunday last weekend, and that's a couple of flower beds. Because it's so dry in the summer, and we might expect something like that to happen again, then and also the storage issue over winter, I've decided that we're going to put up another bed for a sort of dahlias, purely dedicated to dahlias, and I will fill in with other bulbs to have some spring interest, and that's fairly formal, and I will show you where we get to this weekend. The other bed I'm doing is very informal. Is basically picked up all the self-sown oxeye daisy and put it at sort of difficult place under the trees with some foxgloves and some spring daffodils, narcissus. I probably add to it some hellebores under some plum trees on the way to the greenhouse to make that area really pretty, and obviously to make sure that we don't have as much weeds as we had this year in that space. Because we are no dig, I'll be layering, I have layered already part of it thickly with cardboard. I'm going to put some more cardboard and finish that bed too. So we have two very different flower beds to show you in this installment of our vlog. So Nigel is taking apart this bed, and yeah, he forgot his electric drill. So there's lots of talking to himself happening here, and none of it can be repeated, I think. While Nigel is assembling the dahlia bed, which is fairly formal because it's gonna be sort of containerized and allowing us to overwinter dahlias. This bed is fairly informal and is going to be under those two trees, and really it's just an informal planting of oxeye daisies and some of the daffodils, which they really look like narcissus, called daffodil rainbow and tete-a-tete. So these are going to be interplanted, but I've got to clear up the stinging nettles and weeds first, put some more cardboard because the weeds here are quite persistent, and then I'm going to be using recycling potting compost from melons and aubergines. So what I'm doing here, I'm just going to remove all this hopefully with the roots. These are oxeye daisies, and I'm going to transplant them into the other bed. They seeded themselves here, and I love them, but they are on the way. See, we have plenty of root there. We might have to rejuvenate some of our flower beds. As you can see, the Verbena bonariensis just sits like a weed in this gravel. It loves it. See massive clumps, still flowering. Nigel managed to dismantle the strawberry bed and is reusing all the wood to make the dahlia bed. So that's really exciting. Is that exciting, Nigel?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the new raised beds for dahlias, and the one problem I have, it is at the moment in a space of the angelica I planted earlier on in summer. So I've got to dig a hole next to it and move angelica straight there, and then we can place the dahlias. I'm gonna just cut few of these all the leaves on Angelica, so it doesn't have to sort of, especially suffer a little bit of trauma. Okay, so that's trimmed up plant, and I think it will be fine. I shall put some water before we leave. The ground is very, very warm, very wet. Okay, before I forget, let's just name them all. So this one is Bishop of York. This one, I'll just find a label. Oh, doesn't look like you've got a label, but I will find it. There is another bishop which is yellow, so that's the one. This one is, I think, Waltzing Matilda. This one, I don't know if you can see, they all look very miserable. This one is totally tangerine, and this one is, I'm hoping that putting them in this bed, they're gonna get warm for the winter, nutrition, and they're gonna reward us next year with spectacular blooms. So I've got one more in one of the beds which I'm going to move, and I'll take a picture and add to that, and I don't know which one it is, but I will find the invoice when I originally bought the bulbs, and I will add them, put them on the film. Hopefully won't forget to do that. So we just keep filling the bed. It's fairly boring. We just dig the compost and put over. I brought all these aliums as well to put in the new dahlia bed for the spring interest, and this is Aliums tripitatum and Ostara, Gladiator and Mount Everest, and I will not put them in kind of groups of the same color. I will just have them sort of randomly coming up in this bed. And I've got some other plants like crocosmia, yellow crocosmia, which I'm going to place somewhere here, and also we'll add some flowers for sort of maybe mid of the summer. So there will be additions to this bed to give a bit of interest throughout the year. So these are the parts of the beds I started, and as you can see, the foxgloves are taking it really well. These will recover. It just needs time and some more soil. They are as tough as old boots. However, that probably will be finished tomorrow. So I think that's it for today. We have the dahlia bed is completed, and it was a hard work. There's lots of compost needed to be moved and manure. And once the dahlia die down, they will be covered, and I probably cover them with remaining. We have still some hay left to pad them up for winter. And yeah, I think it was hard on your back. And thank you very much for watching, and goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me. Take
Goodbye.
care. Bye.
Bye.